Bienvenidos. Soy Bruja Espinada, and I am here with a special full moon in Capricorn reading. So let's get started. At the end, I will be doing the shuffle, what's been attracted to you at this time. But I wanted to make you guys aware of something. So full moon is in Capricorn, which has a lot to do with business. It has a lot to do with securing your bag. But currently we are in Cancer season, which has a lot to do with emotion and analysis. So a lot of what you might be feeling will be conflict between trying to balance that work, finance-based, driven feeling versus your emotional, spiritual, and mental well-being. So right now, all these overwhelming feelings, especially, it's summer and all these feelings are like getting bundled up. So I hope this reading will help. Now, when asked what needs to be released for the watcher at this time, what came out was the Five of Wands. Now, the Five of Wands has a lot to do with the ego. It has a lot to do with the idea of battle, the idea of being in combat, in being head to head with somebody, not being able to overcome a situation. It's like battle. Now, what this card is telling you is that at this time, regardless if it has to do with a relationship, regardless if it has to do with work or other financial means, this is telling you to release stubbornness, to release being competitive. Right now is not that time. And it's telling you that right now you need to release your ego. Put down ego work. Put down, you have to start doing ego work at the moment. Like, start releasing ego in order to have some peace. Your ego is what's keeping you from being successful, whether it's in love, whether it's with money, family, friends, whatever it is. You need to put your stubbornness and your ego aside. Right now is not the time for that. It's telling you to release that. Right now, nothing is going to be successful if you maintain that ego-based feeling, that ego-based attitude. Now, when referring to what needs to be embraced by the watcher at this time, what came out was the Knight of Swords. Now, this is really interesting because the Knight of Swords is somebody who typically is very passionate, is very impatient, is headstrong. This also kind of indicates needing to move, a trip, an unexpected trip or voyage, whether it's in business, whether it's for finances, whether it's a relationship, family, whatever. So what the Knight of Swords, and it's kind of funny that these actually come out together because this is like a very headstrong feeling that's coming out. And typically when there's ego and competition, these will definitely go hand in hand because ego and competition is usually brought on by someone who's impatient and full of passion and wants to get something done. So what this is telling me right now is that, and because especially at this time with the new summer season having just come in at the beginning of the week, yes, a lot of creative ideas are flowing. A lot of creative juices and growth and ideas for abundance are coming in. So people are feeling impatient. People are like, okay, well, let's get it done. Let's get it off the ground. But right now, what this card is telling you to embrace is patience. It's telling you to be more flexible, to be more tolerant, especially if you're like needing to learn, because it's telling you to learn to study the situation that you're in. You might be impatient and ready and roaring to go, but proceed with caution. Study the situation. Pay attention to your surroundings before you just rush in blindly. It's also telling you to bide your time, and hold your tongue. Don't just lash out. Like, really study the situation. Is it your ego that's getting in the way of you communicating effectively and safely? Are you allowing your ego to kind of like take over your mind and not letting you be tolerant, preventing you from being flexible? Is it making you rush, become impatient? Pay attention to those things. So embrace patience, flexibility, tolerance, and let go of that ego and stubbornness and impatience. Right now is not the time for that in order to succeed. Now, when asked of the threads of fate what the lesson for you is at this time, what came out was connect to heart. Connect to heart. And what connect to heart is telling you is that this card asks you to connect to the heart space. This is a place of bravery, integration, vulnerability, and compassion. This may mean pushing past any fear you may have and opening up to true connection. This may mean finding forgiveness or empathy. This may mean softening. Most of us have layers of defense mechanisms around our heart that prevents us from being present, from receiving love, from giving love. This card asks you to examine what armor you can let go of and where you can nurture yourself in this space. And it recommends that if you need help with this, because it's relatively difficult, spend time with a dog. Dogs are usually very loving. If you have a dog, spend time with your dog, kind of learn from that vibe that they give off to you, that unconditional love. And it also suggests using rose quartz. So if you have any rose quartz or know where you can get some, utilize that, keep that with you to help inspire that. But again, it's telling you, going in and having compassion is helpful when overcoming ego. Now, when asked of the animal spirit guides what messages they have for you, what came out was the antelope spirit and the deer spirit. So the antelope spirit tells you that life is speeding up. When antelope spirit rushes into your life, you are being reminded of the quickening of your personal evolution as a powerful co-creator. You're being told unequivocally that it's time to get moving. Set your intentions and take action toward making your dreams real. There is an intensity you can feel, and it is important to take advantage of this energy now. Your career or financial abundance is... you have a plan? If you have a plan for your career or financial abundance, now is the time to set it up. If you're asking about relationship, make that first move. Just know that the intentions you have set in motion are coming together now at warm speed. Stay alert and keep up. Things are getting interesting when Antelope Spirit calls you to move quickly. The additional message. Do you feel how fast the world is changing? Like everything is moving at warp speed? It's hard to control desired outcomes or set fixed goals because by the time you get there, you will actually have moved beyond it. Now is the time to let go and enjoy the exhilarating ride as intentions you have set in motion in the past are coming into form with lightning speed. Your job is to stay the course even if the pace feels dizzying. You may find you will change your mind a half dozen times or more as you improve your offerings. And that is just fine. Make peace with the pace if you ride this quickening energy, you will solve challenges quickly and effortlessly instead of being bogged down. The best way to use this energy is to let go of worry and stay mindfully present as you continue to take action. Also, if something is not going to be in your best interests, no matter how badly you want it, Antelope will quickly remove it so you can move toward what it is truly meant for you. If something is taken away, be grateful and keep moving. This is not the time to sit still, but to breathe deeply as you move forward with velocity. Now, the message from Dear Spirit. Bring a gentle touch. This time has come to be gentle and diplomatic when dealing with others. You might have found yourself in a situation where negotiations are necessary in order to reach your goal. Be mindful of the words you choose, but do not worry. Dear Spirit reminds you that you have the ability to be sure-footed and confident while showing humility and respect for others. You will find that your capacity for calm and grounded communication is highlighted at this time. Follow the way of Dear Spirit and you will do well, gaining the respect of others and finding common ground that is pleasing to you. Remember that understanding others and their needs will be more powerful at this time than putting your own first. If you do that, you will be rewarded tenfold. The additional message. Dear Spirit is bringing you a gentle warning now is not the time to engage in an argument, no matter how volatile others are being. Do not match their intensity with your own. If you are dealing with an overly assertive person, step back, disengage, lest you agree to something out of alignment with your intentions. Don't let anyone bully you into anything you're uncomfortable with. You have solid footing if you stand your ground with grace. Those who disagree will begin to find their own gentleness and willingness to compromise. Dear Spirit also brings the message that it might be easy to offend someone today or take offense because someone lacks diplomacy. Let all of that pass. You are not meant to take this world personally. While it's a beautiful gift to be sensitive, today you need a tougher hide so that any compromises you make will allow you to maintain your integrity. It's a lot of this back and forth, having to use your mind and balance that with your heart. Be aware. Now let's see what's being attracted to you at this time. What's being attracted to our watchers at this time? I'll take that one because it seemed pretty lively. Okay. We have quite a few. So the first one was your own path. Trailblazing brings the greatest achievement, heart and mind aligned, unconventionally, authenticity. Creating reality. Live your best life by design. You have amazing experiences, freedom, lifestyle, infinite potential. Ooh, go for it. Like the antelope spirit was saying, it's go for it. Step outside of your comfort zone. Make plans. Now is the time. Favorable outcome in alignment. Giving and receiving. Everything is energy, reciprocity. Give, receive easily to others and yourself. Random acts of kindness. Challenge. Delay or detour. Beneficial. Revise, rethink, follow signs, guidance, test before leveling up. Remember, assess the situation. That's going to be your challenge. Assessing the situation, holding your tongue, biding your time, having flexibility and tolerance. Respond versus react. Remember, like the Dear Spirit was saying. Express from a loving place. Old triggers and trauma yields drama. New beneficial thought patterns. So remember to start letting go of that ego. Don't let anyone trigger you. And last but not least, release attachment. Be free of expectations. Feel great about letting go. Longing vibes of not having. So that is your message for this full moon in Capricorn. I hope that this helps, and I will see you guys next week.